Leading off the renowned Bairnskloof Pass, Bastiaanskloof Valley was our destination. Here in the UNESCO Boland Mountain World Heritage Site, India House is an escape tailor-made for a nature-loving family. Named after its turquoise front door, imported from Gujarat, India, it's a 3-bedroomed getaway in stone, open timber rafters and French oak.
Thank you so much for having us. This is amazing. I'm so glad we found this hideaway.
Our concept here is splendid isolation. So you're situated in a 2,500 hectare private nature reserve all to yourself. You can kick off your shoes, make it your home away from home, but at the same time we've added lots of little elements of luxury so that you feel indulged and spoilt and truly away from city life and de-stressing in nature.
Just the place for the couple who met at the Knysna Oyster Festival 7 years ago, and whose last 15 months have been defined by a new addition to the Sandes clan.
Hey, how's this?
Hey Ryan.
How you doing?
How you doing? Good. Hey Vanessa.
How are you?
Fantastic. Is this the little family?
Yes, this is Max.
Hi, Max.
And this is our firstborn, Tandy.
Hi Tandy. I hear there's amazing trails out. Well, we can see that there's amazing trails out here. Would you be interested?
Yes, I'm super keen. Are you keen?
I'm going to unpack and get Max settled, and I'm going to meet you guys for lunch at the river a bit later. Okay. How about that?
Awesome.
Great. Sounds like a plan.
Come, Tandy. Come on.
The silence is the first thing you notice in these 3 ensuite bedrooms. There's underfloor heating from bed to bath to see you cozily through the coming winter months. And to encourage you into the glorious Fynbos surrounds, an outdoor shower. It's Ryan Sandes' country for sure. He's the first person to win every race in the 4 Desert Series and to take an ultra trail running title on each of the 7 continents. But that's not all.
You just won the Western States 100 miler, which is basically like the comrades of trail running, and that's just one of the many records you hold.
Yeah, it was a really awesome achievement to finally win Western States. It's been a long-term dream of mine, and I've been there for a couple of years, and yeah, this year just to have Vanessa and Max and my mom there and like whole family, it was just really, really awesome. And I guess just to finally reach a goal that I've been like wanting to achieve for such a long time really gave me a lot of fulfillment.
What is your training schedule like?
It varies quite a lot. I guess I've been at it for over 10 years now, so I really understand my body and know when I can push and when I have to back off. Like when I first started running, I probably used to do anything like up to 200 miles a week. Now that I'm getting a little bit older, I'm a little bit wiser, and I believe a lot more in recovery and rest. And then also I do a lot of cross training in the gym and strength work and mobility work, just to make sure that my wheel alignment is straight.
More like a leg alignment.
Yeah.
Since this is basically like your office, do you like to get away from it on your off time, or do you still go for runs or hikes with Vanessa?
I think for me, like trail running is more than just like a sport and more than just about racing. It's about just kind of experiencing the outdoors and kind of exploring new places like this.
Since choosing life with Ryan over a move to London to pursue her film career, Vanessa has studied digital marketing, opened an agency, and they're a family of 4.
How has life changed since your son's come into your life?
Wow, a lot. I can't imagine myself not being a mom anymore. It's been a pretty tough year, I must admit. I think becoming a new mom for anyone is quite a challenge, but it's been amazing. It's so nice to have our little family of 4.
And for you, Ryan?
Yeah, it's been really, really cool. I think as like being a professional athlete, a lot of people said it would like have a negative effect on you, but I actually think it's been the opposite. It's been really just fulfilling and making me realize that there's more to life than just running and being in the mountains. Like, I don't think Max really cares if I do well at a race or not. He rather wants me to be a good dad, so I think that's been very cool to realize.
And how do you manage being away from home?
I try and incorporate like Vanessa and Max and even T-Dog into as much of what I do as possible, so they do travel with me a lot. I do sometimes end up traveling quite a bit on my own, so it is tough. But yeah, I'm trying to like make sure Max can travel as much as possible with me, so he can also explore the world and get to see what's out there.
I know the two of you very much enjoy an active lifestyle.
Yeah, we do indeed. We spend most weekends hiking or running, or we've got an awesome jogging pram for Max, and he comes running with us. Yeah, mountain biking as well. So this setting is just insane. It's absolutely beautiful. It's the perfect place to be.
Well, I think it's playtime.
I think it's playtime. We're gonna go swim.
Alongside motherhood and marketing, Vanessa does a lot of charity work. And here's how she maintains an even temperament.
I actually recently just got into yoga and it's completely changed my life. How did you get into it?
I got into yoga about 10 years ago, and my life is so crazy and I have no set schedule, so yoga is awesome because it really grounds me and relaxes me.
In the media, you recently opened up about your postnatal depression. What has that been like?
So for the first 8 weeks of Max's life, Ryan was training really, really hard for a race. So I didn't have any help at night. And Max wasn't a good sleeper initially because he had reflux. So it was really just this major sleep deprivation. And as most people know, sleep deprivation is a form of torture. And that was literally what was happening to me. I was losing my mind. So once I was diagnosed and we got onto a path and I was put onto some medication, got a little more help at home, and things improved. And now we're a happy family and everything's fine again.
Who would you say has been a huge inspiration or a part of your success?
I think the biggest role model in my life is my mum. She's fought and beaten cancer twice. To me, that's inspiring. She just wouldn't let anything get her down.
So what would you say you value most in life now?
Just to have peace and happiness and experience love. And for the first time in my life, I have that. I think it's really complete for me. You know, my little family, our little family of 4, we're really, really happy, and there's so much love, and that's really just what I've wanted, and it's good to be there.
A guest house warmed by fire and candlelight took Vanessa back to her childhood on a wheat farm in Mpumalanga. For a more personal portrait of her husband's life, you can now read all about it.
Ryan, didn't you write a book?
Yes, I wrote a book called Trailblazer, and actually had someone, Steve Smith, ghostwrite the book for me, and he did a phenomenal job just going into my thought patterns and processes and kind of why I've done things, and just really my psyche, I guess, going into races. I grew up never wanting to be an ultra distance runner, so the last 10 years has been quite a kind of crazy journey. But yeah, we sat for hours and hours, and he said to me at the start, I'm not even going to waste my time writing a book unless you kind of really open up to me. So that was the main goal, and yeah, I was really happy with how it turned out.
And I said to Steve at the end of the process, I think you know more about Ryan now than I do, because they'd sit outside on the deck and talk for hours, and I'd sit inside and I'd be like, what are they talking about?
Well, now you have him back. How has your relationship stood the test of time? What are the fundamentals for love?
I think specifically with us, it's having things in common. I don't think it's necessarily being the same kind of person, because we actually complete opposites. I'm quite an extrovert and Ryan's a bit of an introvert, but we've got very similar interests. We love being outdoors, and we have very similar morals and values as well, which I guess is also very important. And we love doing things together. He's my best friend.
What are your hopes and dreams for your little boy? Do you hope that he follows in your footsteps?
No.
Parents always say that. I don't know why.
I'd be pretty happy if he did kind of follow in my footsteps, not necessarily being a professional.
You want to be a pro runner?
No, just enjoying trail running or the outdoors, or climbing or mountain biking or whatever. But I don't think I'd ever try and force him into one specific discipline, or I think it's up to him. He must have the choice.
And what are your future plans for your career?
My friend and I, Reno, we're going to be running across the Himalayas. We're going to basically be running from one side of Nepal to the other. We're going to be running the Great Himalayan Trail, which is 1,400 kilometers. But the cool thing is more people have actually been to the moon that have completed the trail. So I guess it's going to be a really epic adventure. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Not before enjoying the best the local game, lamb and free-range farming country has to offer, courtesy of chef Vic de Waldorf.
This is what I usually present for foreign guests, a gourmet barbecue. So we've got some Karoo lamb chops with simply done with salt, olive oil, garlic and black pepper, and chicken kebabs with sweet chili sauce, and some artisanal boerewors is coming as well.
Taking a rich and varied life in their stride, these compelling South Africans never fail to add a fascinating chapter to their story each time we see them.